Hi, this is Dr. Jeffrey Hanna at Atlas Health Australia, and I'm going to be a little bit facetious in this video, telling you how you can lose 10 kilos in 1 week. Now, a lot of times people want to know, okay, well, how can I lose weight? Because losing weight is what I want to do, and I need to lose 5 kilos, I need to lose 10 kilos or something like that. Okay, simple solution. Start smoking, drink a whole bunch of alcohol, do drugs, and don't ever sleep. That, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the formula where you're going to be able to lose weight. Now, let me ask the question, is losing weight necessarily healthy? Well, the answer is no. So do I recommend doing any of those things to excess? Of course not. I do not recommend that you would do that, nor do I recommend that you would want to be skinny at the expense of actually being healthy. Nevertheless, this is kind of the mindset that and I think that this is just a human default setting, is we want the quick and easy solution. Everybody wants the healthy lifestyle, but they want to get it in a pill or a tablet or something like that. When the reality is that if there is work that needs to be done, and if we need to dig ourselves out of different holes that we have gotten ourselves into, it's gonna take some time and it's gonna take some effort. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this little fun chart here to illustrate a principle here for you. Now, this is not an absolute, but just to give you a concept of things, because a lot of times what people will say to me when they come into our office looking for health for whatever it is I will ask them the question, okay, what is your goal? What are you hoping to get from this? And a lot of times people say, I want to be fit, I want to be well, I want to be as healthy as I possibly can be. And then I say, okay, what are you willing to do in order to get it? And then they're gonna say, like most people would, you're probably thinking this, whatever it takes. Now that's fascinating because they've said they're gonna give it whatever it takes, but they don't even really know what it's gonna take just yet, let alone how long it's going to take. So there's a rule of thumb that we use here in the practice to give some kind of a sense of a prognosis. And this is gonna go like this. It's that basically for whatever you have had going on in your body, in order for things to heal, not just feel better, not just get a quick result or a shortcut or something like that. I'm talking about genuine healing, getting things as good as you possibly can. 1 month for every year that the problem has been there. Now, for a lot of times, the kind of things that we're discovering working with people is that there's been an issue for 5 years, there's been an issue for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, etc., etc. And so I think you can appreciate, all right, this is not going to be an instant kind of fix. Now, in the same breath, we're talking about helping to take a person from here all the way to here as much as possible. And what we want as people to be able to go from here to here in a straight line and like that. 30 days, money back guarantee, all that sort of stuff. And that's not the way that it works. So what are some of the things that you have to look at so that you actually can have a realistic series of expectations? So number one is, yes, 1 month for every year that the problem has been there, provided no complications also. However, it only takes about 50% of that time to where you're doing pretty rock solid, everything's good, and you're operating at a super duper high level. Now, it takes about a quarter of the time-ish to where there's change happening. It's abundantly clear you're going in the right direction. There are still ups, there are still downs, but the overall trend is definitely showing signs of improvement. Now, here's the thing, is it can often take around 10% of that total time to where, simply put, your body needs to make the necessary changes just to lay down the foundation so that change can happen. So if you find yourself, okay, 30, 40, 50 kilos overweight, there's a time and a place where surgery is the necessary kickstart. But to make the neurological, the habit changes, the physiology changes to where your body can actually start working, getting the metabolism going, it may take 1/10 of the period of time just to get the ball rolling. Same thing if you're dealing with old chronic physical injuries. It can take 1/10 of however long it's been there to where your body is just making the change to where you may actually feel any difference at all. In other words, there may be a bit of time in the beginning where you're not noticing the reward for the effort you're putting in. You're going to the gym, you're seeing the chiropractor, you're doing the diet, but you're wondering, I've been doing this for 2 weeks. Why don't I feel any better? And it's because you're still here. You want to be here. We want you to be here. You said that's what you want, but the reality is that it's going to have to go in this path and following those expected timelines. Now, I always add this, and it is that no matter what you have going on, it's got to be abundantly clear in either something that you can see, something you can measure, something that you feel that you are going in the right direction within about 12 weeks. This is why on TV you see so many different things. Try this out for 90 days, money back guarantee and all that sort of stuff. Part of the reason is because they know if you're doing the right things, there should be change that's happening. You may not be here where you want to be. You may only be here, but there has to be some kind of progress. If there isn't, it's not necessarily because you're doing the wrong thing, but maybe you're doing the right thing in the wrong order. It's like solving a combination lock. You got to get everything in the right order. Otherwise, despite your best effort, the thing doesn't open up. This is really no different, but I need to share this with you because oftentimes we have these hopes, these expectations that, oh, okay, I can do this and I'm going to get an immediate feedback. Reality is oftentimes, especially when we are dealing with long-standing issues, whether or not you realized it, that it can take quite a while before we're actually seeing the signs and the sparks of the genuine change. And you have to stick with it through the frustrations, through the challenges, wondering, am I ever going to get through this, if you actually want to get the benefits on the other side. So hopefully this has clarified a few little thoughts, but also laid down a framework so that you can get the best possible kind of outcomes in whatever capacity, whatever form of healthcare, exercise, diet, prevention, all that sort of stuff that you would be doing. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. If there is somebody that you can think of in particular in your life who would need to know this message, please do share this video with us or with them. And then also click like and share any of the other videos that we have through our website, through our social media, Atlas Health Australia. So hopefully this video here has given you a little bit more context so that you can get the best kind of benefit from everything that you're doing in your life. This is Dr. Jeffrey Hanna at Atlas Health Australia reminding you, take care of your neck. It's the lifeline to well-being.